Right, hi. So I'm going to do the second part of the Calico exercise now, which is the weighted average cost perpetual. So if you've done that exercise on zero, which you'll be doing in, I think it was 5004, pretty much you're doing a perpetual weighted average cost in zero, because it's keeping a tally of the stock as you buy it and sell it, and a running total of what it's cost you to give you the average cost if you set it up with the weighted average cost. So most computer systems where you're tracking stock like that will be perpetual, right? As opposed to the previous exercise where we did the periodic, okay? So if I have a look at this, I'll just take the information to the sheet. That works for me. Okay. Some of you just have two sheets open. That's good too. All right. Okay, so if I take that information there, I know that probably I can take the columns and then just get rid of the sales or move the sales ones, right? So that sort of fits there, which is okay. So that's the ones in. So I'll just get rid of the ones that are going out. Okay. So this section here is just covering in, so we don't need to put anything that's going out. Okay. Okay. Counting paces, just make sure you don't muck up formulas or anything. So that should be good for that. I could probably do the same for, I can do the same for the sales, just to get the sales quickly up there. So if I copy that, put that, save myself a bit of time, I don't need to take the top two. Okay. And really I can get rid of the purchases, because this is just the section where I track the sales. Okay. Right, that should marry up. These figures will not be that, because this is the cost, not the sale price. Okay, so that should give me the, if I total that up, that should give me the total amount of purchases. Hopefully it's 8,500, which agrees with, okay, for some reason it's not. It's better. I've missed the top one, right? So always have sort of ways to check. Okay, the amount of sales should be that. Okay, so which is, again, check back to here. It agrees with the previous exercise of that amount. Okay. Okay. So what we need to work out is the cost of the ones that we've sold, and it's going to be weighted average cost, right? So now what we need to do is to work that out, we say how many units in the section, what did they cost us? That's good. Okay, and that's the value of the stock. That's straightforward. Okay, second lot of purchases, right? So now we have that amount plus that amount, 250, opening balance plus what we bought. That's how many we have now. All right. This figure here, already populated. Okay, it's what we original cost plus what we've paid more. Okay, so that gives us the value of the stock, and it gives us the amount of units we have. So what is each of the units worth? It's that amount divided by how many units we've got, $4.92. All right. So that's how much each of those units, even though we paid $5.10, that's the average cost now, $4.92. Right. So when we sell these units, that's what they are, and that's the total cost. All right. Okay. So if we're wanting to work out the total cost, this is just to get a total at the bottom there. Okay. Okay, so we carry on through. So now how many stock do we have on hand? We have that, less what we sold. That's how many units we've got. Basically, we've got that, less what we've already claimed. Gives us that. All right, so therefore the value average cost is still $4.92, which makes sense. Okay, we purchase another 1,600. So how many have we got now? We've got the 1,600 we're buying plus what we already had is that amount. We know that we paid this, and plus what we already had as the value above it gives us that. All right. So now what's the average weighted cost? It's the total cost by the units, gives us 509. Right. So that'll be 509. Nothing's changed as far as the weighted average cost goes, so that should stay at 509, but let's just play it safe. So those 1,000 cost us 509. Okay, how many units do we have now? We have this, less the 1,000 we sold. Okay, what's the value of our stock? It's that, less what we claimed as the cost of goods sold for that sale, gives us that, and therefore now the average cost of weighted average cost should stay the same anyway. Okay, which is great. Okay, so just carry on down row by row. That'll be the same. Okay,
it's 11 o'clock.
That will be that minus the 1,000. Okay, gives us 650. Okay, and the value of the stock we've got left is what we started with, less what we've claimed or sold, the cost of. Okay, all right. Therefore, that, and that makes sense that it's just staying the same. Okay, we buy some more. So we've got those new ones plus what we started with. That's how many units we've got. We spent that amount plus what we already had on hand of value, gives us that amount, and our new weighted average cost will be that divided by that. Okay, since what we expect the unit price to drop now because we purchased some for $4.60, so therefore, yeah, it's bringing the unit cost down. Okay, which makes sense. Okay, and we just carry on down the line. Okay, now we've sold some more, so we've got those, and we've sold that amount. Okay, okay, so the amount that we sold them for is, or the cost of is that. Okay, therefore the cost of goods sold is the amount of units times the weighted average cost. Okay, what is the value of our stock? It's what we started with minus the cost of the goods that we sold, gives us that amount. Now the weighted average cost of the units is what's the value of the stock divided by the units we've got. Okay, then there's another purchase, so we're going up. Right, and we have purchased another 1,800, and spent was that amount, 8,550, plus what we already had. Great. Therefore, the value per unit is the value divided by the units, gives us $4.71. All right. One more transaction. Okay, it's a sale. So the sale is cost. That's the cost of goods sold. Right. All right. There you've got the cost of our total cost of our goods sold for the period. Okay. This running tally really, again, I suppose gives us the end result, which is that's the amount of units we should have on hand. Okay, that makes sense. Should marry up when I do this. So we have got that amount in stock. We've sold that amount. Gives us the right amount. That's brilliant. Okay, so that's correct. And the value is basically what we've sold. Take off what we've sold. Okay. And therefore, the closing average weighted cost of a unit is $4.71. Okay, so that's how you complete that weighted average cost perpetual sheet. All right.